What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to today's live stream. How are we doing? What's today? Monday. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a good start to the week. Let's see. Hello, welcome, AI Colonel. How you doing? Hey, Climinator. I'm good. Hope you are too. Yes, if anyone here doesn't know, I do have I have a second YouTube channel. It's linked down below in the description. If you could subscribe to me over there too, that would be great. Also, please give the stream a like right now. If you're here watching, I think there's 11 of us here right now. Please give the stream a like. It definitely helps out. I also do just want to say again, thank you so much for 10K subscribers. Seriously, cannot believe that I hit 10K before my goal. My goal was by the end of this year, and we got there early. So thank you. I appreciate all of you guys. Hey, Chocolate Ice. Thanks for moderating. Hey, Alex. Hey, SMF. I just figure we'll get into some screen theories as always. So if you have anything you want to talk about, start dropping it in the chat. I'm just going to say hi to everyone before we start getting into some theories. We can talk about some other horror as well if you want. Hey, Prodigy. Hey, Mickey. Hey, RJ. I'm good. Hope you are too. Hey, Tyler. Let's do another bracket fight, but compare who would win in an actual fight, not who we like more. Maybe. We'll see. We might end up doing that in a different live stream. I don't know. This one might actually end up being like a quick one today. I'm not sure yet. Yes, I love the Stu profile picture. Hey, Dylan. Let's be honest, Billy Loomis's motive is weak. And Stu having no motive is the reason he is a dark Ghostface. You know, I think I have to agree with that. I'm not a huge fan of Billy's motive. Like, what? His mom left him? Like, come on. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this theory that Roman was secretly in the first Scream. I just, you know, he didn't exist until Scream 3. I just don't see this being possible. If I was Ghostface, what would be my motive? I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on who else is in the story with me. I don't know what my motive would be. The bracket fight was super fun. We're gonna start trying to do stuff like that more often. I have done a few live streams in the past where I share like my ranking of all the characters or all the deaths in the franchise. I think those are the only two that I've done before the bracket fight last night. I always forget about that website with the bracket fight. Like when I do the rankings, it's a website called Tier Maker, but there's a similar website called bracketfights.com. I have to look around on there to see if there's other good Scream ones. Hey, Jay. Can you do what if Sidney Prescott and Randy Meeks were a couple in the Scream franchise? I wish that they got together. It's such a bummer that they didn't. Sucks. Hey, Leo. Thank you. I appreciate that. After Stu, my favorite Ghostface is Billy. You know, nothing compares to the original movie. They're both my favorite. After them, then it would be Jill. Best motive in the franchise. I did do a video on this where I ranked the ghost faces based on their motives, and I can't remember who I put first. But if I have to think about it right now, let's see. I mean, I think Nancy Loomis's motive of revenge. I feel like revenge is just always the best motive. Like she even says in Scream 2, my motive is just good old fashioned revenge. And same with like the Scream 6 ghost faces. They are my least favorite ghost faces. I don't like their reveals. But like as far as motive, it makes sense. Like if your son or brother was murdered, you would want revenge for that. So as much as I don't really care for the Scream 6 ghost faces, I feel like their motive makes a lot of sense. Hey, Percy, thank you for the super chat. I am well. I hope you are too. You asked Billy versus Scream 5 Dewey. Probably Billy. I mean, like, are you asking as far as who would win in a fight? If that's the case, I think it would be Billy. Because Dewey at that point in Scream 5 was on the older side. He's been through a lot. He has a limp. He's kind of out of practice a little bit because he's not a police officer anymore. And there hasn't been a Ghostface attack for a decade at that point, so he's kind of like out of practice. So I think Billy would win. Thank you so much for your super chat, Percy. Thanks for hanging out. I mean, maybe Billy's motive is better than Richie's, but I wouldn't say Billy's is the best one. Pam's motive is killing off all non-Stu believers. No, I wouldn't do that. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. If I was Billy and Roman showed me the footage, I'm telling Sydney also I'm not killing anybody. Yeah, I don't like why I don't know. I just think I'm not a fan of his motive. I whatchamacallit? It also pisses me off that Billy like blames Sydney's mom for breaking up the family. Like, no, your dad cheated on your mom. Like, sure, Maureen also cheated on Neil, but like that's not your family. That's a different story. It's not Maureen's fault that your dad cheated and caused your mother to leave you. Blame your father. Hey, Silver Princess, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate you. It's been a while since you've been in one of these, so welcome back. You said if McKenna Grace really is playing Sydney's daughter, then she might be Ghostface. She plays the serial killer girl in The Bad Seed 1 and 2. Interesting. I've never seen, I guess, the remake, The Bad Seed, because that's like an older movie. I hope Sydney's daughter is not Ghostface. I think that would be a little too dark for my liking. And also just the fact that Sydney has had two different family members, two different relatives be a ghost face already. I would hope that the writers wouldn't want to repeat another relative. I mean, it's been done twice. I already think like Jill was a big betrayal. But you know, they were just cousins. For Sydney's daughter to be a Ghostface, that would be a huge betrayal, like a devastating betrayal. It would be a good twist. I'm not gonna lie, it would be good. Shocking. I would be sitting there watching it in the theater, like, oh my god. I hope this doesn't happen. I don't know. Thank you so much for your super chat, Silver Princess. I appreciate you. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Do you think Sydney's daughter should be a ghost face, or are you not really a fan of that idea? Who is the ghost face in the Bodega, Ethan or Wayne? I think it's Bailey. I'm not sure if like the directors confirm this, but Dermot Mulroney seems confident that it was him. And I think most fans also think it was him. But I don't know. What do you think? Was it Ethan or Bailey in the Bodega? Hey, Melissa. We have another super chat from Silver Princess. Thank you so much. You said, I disagree with your take, Pam. I blame both Maureen and Hank for cheating. Regardless, it did not warrant the death penalty. Well, yeah, you know, exactly. Like, yeah, Maureen did also cheat. So obviously that's not great that she did that. But yeah, it doesn't mean that she deserved to die or that Sydney deserved what she got. Like, that's just crazy. I mean, the way I see it is like, if you're in a relationship and your partner cheats, like in movies, when I watch movies and someone cheats on their partner and then the partner blames the person they cheated with, but it's like, no, your partner cheated on you. So that's just why I think Billy should be more mad at his dad than Maureen, because his dad cheated on his mom. But yeah, they're both responsible, Maureen and Hank. Obviously, Neil didn't deserve to be cheated on either. But yeah, definitely didn't deserve to be killed for that, for sure. Thank you so much for your second super chat, Silver Princess. Let's see, where was I? But weren't Billy and Stu brought in by Roman? We know Craven used time skips to throw viewers off. But the scene where Ghostface is in the woods watching Sid and Tatum. Yeah, so Roman did seek Billy out and kind of give him the idea, but this idea of that didn't exist until Scream 3. Like, this was not always the plan. You know, they didn't make the first movie knowing that Roman existed and, you know, approached Billy. So that's just why I don't think Roman was in the first movie. I like your video on Gail's camera still being in the house during the final scene. Where is it evidence-wise? Does it show that Stu is alive? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things like I talk about in the video. I think the police helped cover up his involvement, especially Sheriff Burke. So that camera from Gail would have been collected as evidence. And if it captured Stu being alive, they wouldn't want that evidence to get out there. So where's the camera? Does Sheriff Burke have it? Hey, Zorg, thank you for your super chat. You said, in my opinion, Sydney's daughter being Ghostface would only work if, one, unlike Jill and Roman, she doesn't target her family, and two, she gets away with it. That is interesting. So she would be a Ghostface going after other people. I wonder how that reveal would work. Like, she reveals herself at the end, going after, like, who would she be going after if not Sydney, especially with Sydney being the main character again? Who would Sydney's daughter as Ghostface be going after? Like, her friend group? Like, the new cast members who are possibly going to be the daughter's friends? Is that who would she would be going after? That's it still would just make me so sad for, like, her daughter to be a killer. I guess it would be better if she wasn't going after Sydney. It would be less sad, but it still would be sad that, like, Sydney has been suffering with these Ghostface attacks for decades, and that it would, like, still infiltrate her family like that and corrupt her daughter. Still would be sad. Would be a great twist, though. I will give you that. Thank you so much for your super chat, Zorg, and thanks for moderating. Always appreciate you. Let's see, where was I? Hey, Paula. Do you like the idea of Dewey having a Randy videotape moment from Scream 3 in the new movie? Yes, this is something that we talked about in the stream yesterday, and I have done a video on this. I would love for Dewey to have something, you know, a flashback, a videotape, just like Randy. I think that could really work well and be a perfect way for fans to see Dewey again without him still being alive. Because I think he's dead. You know, I don't want them to bring him back alive as much as I would love for him to be alive. I just don't think it really makes sense. Also, the whole, like, videotape thing, that's something that we haven't seen since Scream 3 with Randy. And these new movies are meant to be mirroring the originals. You know, Scream 5 had a lot of similarities to 1, same with 6 and 2. So I imagine Scream 7 will have a lot of callbacks to 3. And I think that would be a perfect way. Dewey having a videotape just like Randy. I agree with this. I just wish his death went down differently. It would have been nice if he survived the entirety of Scream 2. And like you said, like, trying to save Sydney, that would have been a better death, more emotional also. I have not seen the trailer for this. I think I've seen some, like, photos of it. Thanks, Percy, for your second super chat. Who wins, Sydney or Dexter? That's an interesting one. I'm gonna go with Sydney just because she always wins. You know, every movie that she's in, she wins. So I gotta go with Sydney. Unless Dexter, you know, got her with the tranquilizer first. But I'm gonna go with Sydney. Thank you for your super chats, Percy. If Stu, Mickey, Billy, and Roman were locked in one room, who's coming out alive? I'm going with Stu just because he is alive. In a fist fight, who would win, Stu or Amber? I'm going with Stu because he's much taller than her. I imagine he's stronger. I gotta go Stu. Can you think of any examples of how Scream 7 can be very dark and creepy? I don't know. But you know what? That's a good idea for a video. So I might take your idea and do like a full-length video on it. I have to give it some thought. I have to get creative with it, but thank you for the idea, Alex. Hey, Nicholas. Yeah, I feel like they won't want to make it Sydney's daughter. If anything, I think she would be a red herring, like make it seem really convincing that she is a ghost face and have us think that for a little bit. But then hopefully it ends up not actually being her. I think they should do Leslie Mocker and Christina Carpenter in Scream 7, and Christina gets away while Sydney kills Leslie. It will set up Stu's return. I like that. I definitely want to see Christina and Leslie for sure. That is like my dream scenario. Stu, Christina, Leslie. I would love that. I don't know who was the ghost face in the woods or the grocery store. I don't know. I don't know who it would be. Who do you guys think? I would imagine. I would think that it would be Stu because he seems like he would be a little bit more reckless and a little more careless, like going out into broad daylight like that. I don't know. Climinator thinks the Bodega Ghostface was Bailey. Hey, Oliver. We need the core 4 to return in Scream in the future. I hope so. I hope we can see them again one day. You know, maybe take a little break from them for a while. Obviously, we're not going to see them in 7, but maybe Scream 8. I love how in Scream 3, Roman reveals that he manipulated Billy and Stu to kill Maureen, and Roman is kind of the reason Billy did what he did. Yeah, you know, I think that it is a good way to connect it to the original movie, you know, just like Randy says in his videotape, it always goes back to the original, the beginning. You find out something new. So I did think that that was a pretty clever way to like connect it to the original. Hey, Derek. I can't see them doing this. I mean, maybe. Obviously, it would have to be a stab movie rather than a Scream movie. I don't know, maybe one day. Maybe when they feel like the Scream franchise has kind of done everything that they could do and take a little break, maybe they'll start making stab movies and get a little goofier with it. I don't know. Yeah, she goes after her friend group, gets away with it. Sydney and her younger sister don't know the truth. Next movie, she gets a taste of her own medicine with Ghostface coming after her family. That would definitely be interesting. I think Stu being alive is the most solid theory. Have you seen the Scream 7 IMDb? It has such random cast members, like they're trying to confuse us. I haven't seen it. No. I feel like though, would that even be legit? Is IMDb something where people can go in and edit things the way you can on Wikipedia? Because I don't know, why would the actual movie people be adding cast members if we haven't even gotten an announcement yet? I don't know. I haven't seen it though. I agree. We need some kind of flashback. A Dewey and Gale flashback, a Randy flashback, which, you know, we were talking about this yesterday in the stream. Randy they could de-age Randy for some kind of flashback. Hey, Doshi or Dashi. Hey, Jamie. I don't know. Can maybe Casper would win because can Ghostface even touch Casper? Like he's a ghost, so he might just go right through him. Stu or Roman, who would win in a fight? I'm gonna go Stu. If Sam was back, they probably would have done something where she has a split personality and she's Ghostface. It definitely would have been interesting if they explored that a little bit more, like her struggling with her dark side. I don't know. Oh no, Jamie. Yeah, that's annoying. I feel like sometimes YouTube glitches. I had people tell me pretty often, like when I release a new video, like YouTube doesn't tell them, even though they have notifications on. But thank you for joining. I think we're gonna go for just a little bit longer. I think today's gonna be a quick one. I will try to get to everyone. You can always send in a super chat, but let's see. I agree. Stu is the best Ghostface. To follow up to my last comment, there is a rumor that Scream 7 will be the darkest, creepiest movie of the entire franchise. Apparently, the killers will operate in ways that are very frightening. I hope so. That would be great if Scream 7 could be like the darkest one. The movies, none of the Scream movies are very dark, which I do kind of love about the franchise. But it would be interesting for them to kind of change things up a little and actually be a little scary. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna have to after the stream. I'm gonna have to check out the IMDb page for Scream 7 because I've had a couple people mention that to me that it's like random cast members, but I don't know. I haven't checked it out. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. I'm always gonna go Stu. Oh my god, that's awesome, Jamie. I know you love Twin Peaks, so that's cool. In an alternate universe, Tatum was the second Ghostface and was Stu's partner. They killed Billy and Sydney survived. That would be crazy. Imagine Tatum as a Ghostface. I think she would have made a good one if she was Ghostface. As for the Stu theory in Scream 6, there's no way Quinn killed Brooks and tossed his dead weight through the bookshelf and took a cast iron skillet to the face. I am with you. I just put a video out on that and did a different one months ago as well. I am with you. I don't think Quinn could have done that. We have another super chat from Percy. Thank you. Billy and Stu versus the Strangers. Who wins? Ooh. I gotta go Billy and Stu. I feel like they're a bit crazier, maybe stronger. I don't know, but then again, they didn't win in Scream, and the Strangers did. So maybe I'll go Strangers on this one. Thank you so much for all of the super chats, Percy. I always appreciate it. I hope Sydney is a Ghostface in Scream 7, getting revenge on people we didn't even know were involved in the killings. I personally would not like this. I don't ever want to see Sydney as a Ghostface, really. And I feel like they would never do that. Maybe they'll do something where it's like they'll briefly make us suspect her, like, oh my god, is Sydney Ghostface now? But they would never, I don't think they would actually do it. Who is your favorite final girl and boy? Yours is Sydney and Chad. Um, well, mine is Sydney for final girl. For boy, I'm gonna say Randy. Obviously, he is dead now, but like, let's just base it off of the first movie. He survived, so he's my favorite final boy. Could the Scream franchise survive if we lose Roger L. Jackson? His voice is so iconic. Maybe use AI like they did with Darth Vader. Um, it's gonna be so sad the day that we lose him. I feel like they probably would use AI, right? Rather than hiring someone else. Um, they definitely could use AI because on TikTok, they used to have a Ghostface voice that I used in my videos, and it sounded just like him. So they could definitely do that. It's seriously going to be so sad the day we lose him. Hopefully, that's not for a long while. Cotton should come back. I'm not a huge fan of Cotton. And I mean, I also think he's definitely dead. But Cotton is not one of my favorite characters. I agree. Stu is definitely one of the greatest characters. All right, so I think I am gonna wrap things up. This was just a quick one today. Last night was a long one. Last night was like almost 3 hours. But I probably will go live. Ooh, I don't know if I'll go live tomorrow. But definitely Wednesday. I'm gonna try to start getting back into daily live streams. If not daily, just multiple times a week. Yes, I do love the Ghostface cult theory. That's what I think is going to happen in 7. I have tons of videos on this on my channel if you want to check them out. But thank you so much, you guys, for hanging out with me for the past 40 minutes or so. I am wearing a Christmas sweater. I just filmed before the live stream. I filmed a Christmas video that I have to edit, and that will be up on the channel either tonight or tomorrow. I have to edit it a little bit. But yeah, I have my Christmas sweater on. I also have Ghostface there with the Santa hat, and I have Gizmo with the little Christmas scarf on. I am in Christmas mode. I decorated my living room, the outside of my house. I've been watching Christmas movies every single night. I'm someone who starts way before Thanksgiving. So, yeah, stay tuned for my next video. It's going to be about Christmas movies. But yeah, I'm going to. Thanks, Jamie. I'm going to catch you guys later. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. And I will talk to you soon.